Hello and welcome to Geek-lish, the language of geek culture. I am your host, Tim Aguirre, and joining me is my co-host. She brushes her hair every morning with the dingle hopper. Heidi Burbo. Heidi.
With a what?
Dingle hopper.
That sounds perverted.
It's not.
What is a dingle hopper?
It's what Ariel thought a fork was.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
A dingle hopper.
Yeah.
Oh, my mind went right in the gutter. I just ruined it.
The face of disgust.
The face. I'm just sorry. I have a filthy
Why would
mind.
I use a sexual object in my hair?
That's despicable. Okay, sorry. To find more information about our podcast.
Something as pure as the Little Mermaid just got
I just
destroyed.
ruined it. I just ruined it.
Just ruined it.
Yeah, for everybody.
Damn it.
You can find us at our website at www.geeklish. Nope, that's not it. Geek-lish.com. We're also on Facebook at Geek-lish and on Twitter at Geek_lish. You can also find us all our episodes on Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Podcast, and Blueberry. We're also on YouTube.
That's right.
And YouTube.
And YouTube. And an abundance of other
Anybody who pulls from those, you can find us.
small level podcasts.
Yep, you can find us there.
And I'd also like to give a shout out to my little buddy Oliver.
What's up, Ollie?
Thank you. I always wait for that. Just stare you down. I love you, buddy. You're the, have a good night. Sweet dreams. Be good to mama. And I love you. All right. Now on to the news.
Yeah, what is in the news? We're going to have an angry night, I think.
I can already feel it.
Because some of the stuff you've told me, I'm furious.
Yes. We are already angry.
We're already
and
mad.
the stories haven't even come out yet.
I don't even know the whole story.
Our listeners are like, just shut up and tell us.
Get to the point. Okay, go.
Okay, go. So, key resale marketplace, G2A, has come under fire due to the number of Steam keys sold there that are obtained with stolen credit cards.
Okay, what is G2A again?
G2A, they're a website where you can, it's like a third-party website where you can go and you use like Steam keys or these specific kind of digital codes to download a game.
Okay.
And they sell these keys to legitimate, mostly indie titles to people, but unfortunately, people are buying those keys with stolen credit cards.
Oh, geez.
So,
and they don't. There's no
apparently
fraud.
not.
Jeez.
Apparently, there's no firewall to prevent thievery.
Well, and usually when you go purchase from a website, it'll say it's a secured site where they protect your information and they,
Apparently, G2A is not.
Oh.
Apparently. Because,
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like they are because they're
People
selling keys left and right to these people.
Wow.
Stolen cards. So this is a particular problem for indie developers, like I had mentioned.
Yeah.
Like Woob, W-U-B-E. It might be Woob. I don't know. Creators of Factoria who have to pay an average chargeback fee of $20 for every canceled transaction.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
That adds up.
the website G2A doesn't get screwed at all because they're making their money.
That is
It's
garbage.
It's the indie developers who are literally having to pay people for stealing their games.
Wow.
So, like if I were to steal your credit card, Heidi, and I bought a game, they would have to pay you back for the fact that...
And they're an indie developer, so they're not backed with a lot of money.
It's maybe a handful of people in a small office building or in a basement or in their house doing what they're passionate about, making games. And they're
That
getting
is horrible.
screwed by G2A as a website.
So you're right. G2A
are assholes. Yeah,
Yeah, they
that's
are.
the name of this story.
Yep, it is. And
Good
it's
callback, Heidi.
Appropriately named.
It's appropriately labeled, yeah. So they also have to go through and manually revoke all those Steam keys, but having to pay for the privilege of being stolen from must sting. They write, "We estimate the total amount of fees we paid because of chargebacks is about $6,600.
Yeah, and to a big
for a big-
developer, that's not probably
That's
a
nothing.
big deal at all. But
for
indie,
a handful of, average Joes or
Yeah.
average Jills, who are
Yeah.
just working on a video game, that's a lot of money.
That's a significant
That's your
amount of
entire
money.
revenue stream.
Yeah.
And you're having to pay it back because of a handful of assholes.
That's horrible.
It sucks.
That's really
It sucks
horrible.
for indie developers specifically. And it's really the only people who are being hurt in this situation are the indie developers.
Now, can they take any legal action against G2A? I mean, it seems to me like this is a scam of some. I mean, maybe not generated or
Yeah.
organized by
I don't-
G2A,
yeah, right.
but you can't benefit from a fraudulent transaction. That
Yeah.
shouldn't be a thing.
Right. Yeah.
And they are completely benefiting from it.
I believe they are. So the number would be higher, but after receiving a ton of chargeback and fraud issues in 2016, now direct sales of Factoria are done through the Humble widget. So they're completely saying screw G2A and saying buy it from this website instead.
Well,
or
I
from
hope
this app
G2A goes out of business then.
Oh, absolutely.
If they can't
don't
get their
deserve
shit
to
together.
be open. They don't deserve to be a business where you
No,
buy legitimate
that's
games
horrible.
from. That's especially if you're a developer, that sucks.
Oh yeah.
That sucks. I mean, as a consumer, hey, I'm making out.
Well, yeah.
But that's a selfish asshole.
Yeah, but if you're
Because you're also stealing a credit card from some other person.
I was gonna say, if you're the person who they stole the credit card from, that's hard to get off your credit.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you have to go to court. You have to fight that. That
yeah.
is really hard.
Losing a credit card is a nightmare. Having
Yeah.
it stolen is even worse.
And
'Cause then you have
charges
to
on it?
Yeah, you have to prove these charges aren't yours, and it's a
Oh, that's
fucking nightmare.
bad.
So G2A recently announced they would be using an auditing company to find illegal keys on their marketplace, and not only refunding any developer who had to pay chargebacks, but paying them 10 times the amount they lost.
What? Really?
Yeah, sounds awesome, right?
Yeah.
Keep listening.
Oh.
As Woob's PR and community manager Scott Clonan writes, I emailed G2A about the article and their vow last week, and they are not exactly prompt in terms of dealing with the request. I have a list of all the Steam keys I had to revoke because they were purchased fraudulently, and G2A offered to check the keys. Currently, this is where the story ends. They haven't replied to my last email, 2 days ago, sending them the keys and asking how many of them were sold on the website. So, as far as Scott Clonan, who's a PR for one of the indie developers, as far as he's concerned, this promise is shit.
Wow. So basically, the promise that they made, which seemed kind of too good to be true, is actually
too good to be true. Yeah, because I read that and I was like, "Whoa, 10 times the amount? That's
That
crazy."
seems like
And then reading the next paragraph, it's like, "Oh, it's
that
a bullshit
seems
promise."
excessive. I mean, okay, I would say double would be fair, but
right?
10
Yeah,
times
10
that's
times
excessive.
that much. That's
excessive.
excessive. You're
Yeah.
like, you are really trying hard.
Yeah.
You're like, no, please, we're
Don't
sorry.
sue us.
Don't leave us.
Yeah, but 10 times?
10 times? Yeah, that's an overestimation of a promise.
Yeah,
That apparently, according to Scott Clonan, is bullshit. Is a baloney promise. So Woob's current stance is that they would prefer that players buy Factoria either directly from them or their official partners, which gives players the benefit of their 28-day refund policy and direct customer support, which is good. But if you're thinking of buying from a reseller like G2A, Woob's position is the same as a lot of other indie devs. We would rather you pirate Factoria. So not just this company, but other indie developers are saying we would rather you pirate our game than get it from G2A.
Yeah, get it free instead of us having to pay it back.
Because you're already getting it free.
Yeah.
But you're screwing us twice as much because
now we have to pay
now we
for
have to
it.
pay you back.
Yeah.
Or pay back whatever you bought.
To whoever stole it
So
or
we're losing twice. So if you're gonna be an asshole, at least just pirate it.
That is-
we'd be happy. And it's the fact that you'd rather it be stolen that way.
Yeah.
Says a lot about what G2A does. It's pretty crazy. So in a blog post, G2A proposed a new key blocker feature that will allow developers in G2A to easily spot and prevent the sale of keys that have been handed out for review purposes as a part of a giveaway. The tool would require devs to become verified on G2A and then input a list of game keys that don't want to be sold on the platform. After that, every time someone tries to sell a key that's been highlighted by a developer, the seller will be told that particular code has been blocked from sale. So it seems like a nice kind of step for G2A to kind of prevent this in the future. I mean, it's not the 10 times payback. This one seems more realistic.
Yeah, exactly. But this also, you mentioned this started in 2016.
Yeah.
They're 3 years later they're doing this? Mm-hmm. Like, that's a...
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, way to step up your game, guys.
You're late to the show.
Yeah. They're packing up their shit. They're going, is the show done yet? Like, no! Yeah. You're still going to pay for the catering. Yeah. Oh, you wanted us to pay for that?
Yeah.
Yes!
Because we're poor.
Yes, because...
We're in a basement.
Yeah, god damn it. So, this is what the blog post had said. You, the developer, only need to get verified. All you have to do is prove that you can act in the name of the studio you're representing, so that we can deter any imposters. Once your identity is confirmed, you will gain access to 2 separate sections, explains the G2A blog. The first of these is the review keys part. Once you generate keys to be sent out for a review to various sources, all you would need to do is select your game in our panel and paste the keys you don't want to pop up on our marketplace. Once that's done, each time anyone tries to sell a key for your game, our algorithm will check the keys you have provided us with. If there is a match, the seller will get a notification that the key has been blocked so that they can't sell it. The second section, that was all one section. Okay. The second section would be the giveaway part. This panel works in the same way as the previous one. Just fill in the keys you will be giving out that you don't want sold before you start the giveaways. If a seller tries to sell more than 3 keys that match the ones in the giveaway database, our system won't allow that. G2A claims the creation of such a tool will be time-consuming and expensive. And although it has pledged to cover the costs of development, it will only begin work if over 100 developers express their interest within the next month.
Oh, jeez.
So it's like...
They're not even trying.
Not at all. They're not
even
trying whatsoever. All these steps for the one part, you got to do this, that. No, you're the seller.
Yeah.
You need to handle all that shit. We're making the game.
Why is it on the developer
that's the part I don't...
To shield themselves from your shitty site.
That's like, you sell something at a marketplace, you expect the marketplace to have some sort of insurance policy on this kind of
security,
thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, no, you're the one who's supposed to provide that.
What
the
hell?
fuck are you talking about? No, that's not how this works, man.
Wow.
You sell our stuff. You make sure people aren't stealing our stuff. Right. It's not my responsibility to make sure that you are making sure they're not stealing our stuff.
I know.
I might as well be selling our stuff. Why am I going through a party?
You know what it's like? It's like if, say, Macy's is selling a brand, let's say I don't know, some kind of brand shirt. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not a label person, so yeah. They're selling a shirt, and somebody steals it, and then they go back to the person who's the label and go,
the company.
Oh, you need to pay us for this because somebody stole it.
Somebody stole your shirt, so you gotta pay us back for that.
It's in your store.
Like, no. We're not.
You should have security protecting the shirt.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. It's the stupidest thing in the world. And all these we are so willing to help. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
You're willing to do all these impossible things. And of course, and I love that the last statement, this is very expensive and time consuming to do. Is it? Because it sounds like all the work is done by the developers.
Yeah, I know.
You as the seller doesn't look like you're doing shit.
Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure algorithm.
You're
not that hard to develop.
Yeah, you're providing the bulletin board that the companies post their stuff on and say, don't do this. And then you periodically go over and check and go, yeah, no, that's fine. That's time consuming. To just check something, it's time consuming to make sure that the card that you're using isn't fucking stolen.
Wow.
As a store.
That is really
doesn't
shady,
make any sense.
Right?
Like, do you guys work out of a windowless van that just drives around the city so you don't get tied down by the police? Like, I don't understand this. Like
They
G2A,
could have been the asshats of the week.
they absolutely could have been. Absolutely could have been. But
I know they're
that
not.
asshat, it's a bit juicier. It's a bit more asshatty.
Yeah.
But
That is so...
so G2A are a bunch of assholes.
Yes, they are.
But not the asshats of the week.
Nope.
So this is, you know what this sucks? This is going to be an ass sandwich because we have an ass in the beginning, we have the asshat at the end, and in the middle is just a bunch of shit. We are literally feeding you a shit sandwich, and I am so sorry.
I'm not. That's hilarious.
That is great, and I literally just thought of that now. I was
I
like,
know you did.
oh my god, I am serving up a shit sandwich.
Yes, you are.
I am so sorry.
Assholes in the front.
Yeah,
Asshats
asshats in the back. So okay,
All right, moving on.
to our next story.
Okay.
So this was I had watched this video by this YouTube channel.
I know this one.
Okay, Jesus.
Sorry. I was
right.
like, what is this one about? Oh, yeah.
God. It's like,
Sorry.
Like
this
you're
is
at
the
a
one I'm like
it's
really
like you
mad
were at
about.
a concert and they started playing a song, and you just turned to your date and you were like, I know this song. Hooked on a feeling. It's like, all right. Everybody
just
knows this song,
remember,
Heidi.
and
Jesus.
I just
I
remember.
don't know why you're so excited about this. I know this song.
This is my favorite song. No, I just remembered this. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, I know what this is about.
I know, but
This
that was like super excited.
I know.
was
I don't know what's
all right.
happening.
You even did like the dynamite pose. Dynamite! I know this one.
did
I was like,
that.
whoa.
I did. Oh.
Fucking JJ in here? What's going on?
It was Egyptian. I thought it was Egyptian.
Yeah. Oh, is it Egyptian? No,
Oh,
it's dynamite.
Yeah, okay.
That's
All
sorry.
right.
That's dynamite. But anyway,
All right.
so this was an article written by Tony TGD of oneangrygamer.net.
One angry gamer?
Yeah, it's very fitting.
Okay.
So on July 3rd, 2019, the YouTube channel Extra Credits released a video on that is sure to be the worst video of 2019, if not all time.
Oh, I hope so. No, you know what's going to be the worst one? That one you sent me, that yucky one. But this is going to be up
This
there.
one's pretty fucking
because this
stupid.
is really bad.
Yeah, so Extra Credits, in its own words, take a deeper look at games, how they are made, what they mean, and how we can make them better. This is their mission statement. As
but
the YouTube channel.
what they actually do is overanalyze and make things a thing that are not a thing.
Yeah, they what's that? They make a torrent in a teapot, I believe is the phrase.
I'm not familiar with that phrase. I know.
A teapot's small. There's like a big, massive storm inside of it.
Oh,
It's like there's no way a storm
I
can
get
fit in
the
that.
imagery.
Yeah,
I just never have heard of it.
it's not
Heard of that.
you're making a big deal out of that.
That's true.
That's what that means. So
Okay.
there's a
I'm on
lesson
board.
for everybody. We're out. Bye. No. Keep listening, please. Don't leave yet. So the writer, Tony, I'm just going to call him Tony. Tony continues on saying, in my opinion, after suffering through several of their videos in order to write this article, sounds like my kind of guy. Likes
Yeah.
to torture himself.
Yeah.
I didn't go through all of their videos. I watched this one and I was like, that's enough.
That's enough. I'm good.
He went the extra mile.
Yeah.
And watched more of
in
their
all
videos.
fairness, you read comments of stuff.
I
that
do. He probably
more-
didn't read any of the comments.
No. No.
I read all of them.
Oh, you did?
Not all of them. A lot of the comments were like, wow, they fucking missed the point.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, what a refreshing set of
I
comments
know.
these are.
Other than people being on board, you're like, why are you
Yeah,
so stupid?
what? Stop it. Don't be this dumb. But yeah, so he goes to write. He had to watch several videos to write this article, and they are the biggest, quote unquote, hello fellow gamers channel on YouTube. Additionally, they appeal to the SJW types who only want to turn video games into their own political playground, which we have seen a uprising as of late in these situations. We saw that most notably with Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, I think all these movements and the current administration.
Yeah, it's
Can't.
not helping. Not helping.
Yeah, all of that is like this perfect storm.
Absolutely. Would you say that it's a storm in a teapot?
I would now.
Bringing it back. I might be completely wrong in that analogy, but
I'll have to look it up.
whatever. But anyway,
Lou will correct us.
Lou will correct it.
Yeah.
We'll get a note from the robot.
Yeah.
Actually. Oh God, he's printing. Perforated paper that'll. I love that stuff. Anyway, With that said, let's discuss their latest video entitled Stop Normalizing Nazis. Socially conscious game design, extra credits. The video opens with the very misleading premise that you will suddenly become a Nazi from playing a World War II shooter.
Oh my gosh.
It's pretty much. So that's right. If you play a World War II shooter game, you will become a goddamn Nazi. This has to be the dumbest thing I have ever heard, and they don't even try to sneak it in during the middle of the video. Nope. They let their idiocy and ignorance open up the video. It's right in the beginning of the video. Literally, it's like, oh, picture this. You're playing a World War II shooter, and then, you play an online, and then all of a sudden, you're a Nazi. You didn't know this was going to happen. You didn't want this to happen. It's like, first off, you do know this is going to happen because you're playing an online shooter. Where
Based
in World War II.
Yes.
There's a side. There's an A side and a B side.
Yeah.
There's shirts versus skins. There's red versus blue.
Yep.
You're going to be on one of those sides.
Yep.
So there's a 50-50 chance that you're going to be playing as a German soldier.
Which they don't even show as a Nazi.
No, they show them as German
the
fucking
swastika.
soldiers. They don't show that. They never show the swastika.
Right.
The closest
You assume,
but the closest indication they show is usually the Iron Cross.
Right.
That's about it. They never have I played a World War II shooter where they had the Nazi symbols on the uniforms of the versions you were playing as. Like during the campaign mode, yeah, they're there because obviously it's I see a swastika, I want to shoot it. That's why they're there. They're practically targets.
Yeah.
Which is perfect.
Yeah.
But I digress. You could argue that what they really meant was that you would suddenly find yourself playing as a Nazi. However, the crappy drawing in the video clearly labels the player and not the game avatar as a Nazi. Furthermore, the words they use are very precise. Make no mistake, Extra Credits believes that you play as a Nazi in a game, then you will become a Nazi in real life. The rest of the 5 minutes and 50-second video is simply trying to prove their premise is correct.
So what they're saying is if you go into a video game online and you play as a German soldier, which you're a Nazi, in the campaign mode, that you are going to turn off the game and then all of a sudden, all of your normalities in your life are going to disappear and you're going to go, I'm going to be a Nazi now. Because
pretty much
they're on the right track.
I mean, it's a few extra steps, but yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much how they describe it.
Shit I have ever heard.
It was mind-numbing to watch because I'm watching it going, what?
I couldn't watch.
Are you out of your mind?
I couldn't watch all of it. I couldn't even watch. I mean, as soon as they said that you play and then you become, I'm like, oh, I'm out. This is ridiculous.
Absolutely. So he goes on to say, you see, Extra Credits treats playing as a Nazi soldier in a video game as if it is equal to being a Nazi soldier. They act as if video game Nazis winning a PvP match, player versus player, or having equal stats to the Allied side will somehow convince you that Nazis were not massive cunts. Which is pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were massive cunts.
They were massive cunts.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I actually forgot about that part of the video game where, of the video, I should say, where they do mention that, like, there's no indication that they're different people because they have the same stats and the same everything as if they were Allied soldiers. It's like, well, that's what makes PvP fair. Everybody has to be on the same level.
Well, and also, as much as the Nazis were cunts or douches or whatever you want to call them, they were people.
Yeah, they weren't super-powered individuals.
Yeah, they're going to have the same similar skills
they're gonna be
as
normal.
other soldiers.
Yeah, they're going to be normal.
So that's more realistic.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, so yes, they're going to have equal stats to the Allied side of the PvP match.
What did they expect them to be worse or better?
Yeah, otherwise you wouldn't want to play PvP.
Yeah.
Because if there's a chance you're going to play on the shitty side, where the stats are lower because they're quote-unquote the bad guys, you're not going to play that mode.
No.
And video game companies want you to play their modes.
Yeah, you want a challenge.
Yeah, you want it to be fair. Well,
Right, yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, not all
Yeah.
PvP players want it to be fair,
Right,
because
yeah, I
they just
know.
want to win.
Yeah.
But the majority of people who do that, they want to play online, they want to have a good time, they want to play with their friends, and they want to have a fair game.
Yeah, I don't understand
They want
what their
skill to
expectations were.
determine their games. That's
Right.
why whenever there's talk over pay-to-win mechanics, people lose their fucking minds.
Right, yeah. Yeah, because that's
Because
utter
that's
garbage.
horseshit. Because then it no longer is skill, it's money.
Yeah. But what was their expectations? Like they were supposed to be worse or better, or what was the deal there?
I'm assuming worse, but I don't. They
that's-
didn't really go into that. They just
Okay.
wanted different. So when you look at it, you go,
So you
yep,
can tell the
those
difference.
Those are, I mean, the difference is first off, the uniforms are different.
Yeah, I know. They are
Secondly,
dressed differently?
it says that you're now on Team Germany, so you know you're different.
Yeah.
I don't understand like what specifically. I mean,
Okay.
he doesn't go into like, oh, why not just make it red versus blue? It's like then it's no longer a World War II game.
Yeah.
It becomes Halo, because that's how Halo did it. You were
Yeah.
red team and blue team.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. It takes the realism out of it, and then it's like, yeah, I'm playing a video game instead of
Yeah, but aside from that, their theory that you're going to play this game as a German soldier
yeah.
and then shut off the console and automatically you're just going to
be completely fine with the fact that you were a Nazi and you were like, I kind of like this Nazi thing. I like how I feel being a Nazi and winning a match.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's how those white skinheads feel. I think I'm going to be a skin. Like that's basic.
just-
Again, exaggerated steps, but not too far off of how they explain it.
Yeah, and there's that
is
that
like-
theory holds no water to me
No.
because
Yeah. They might
I
as well
mean,
be a Sith.
first of all, even younger generations are very familiar with the Holocaust and the whole World War II thing. I mean, that was
It's
one of the
taught in schools.
one of the most well documented Holocausts and atrocities in history.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to look at a video game, play as a German soldier, and then get off the video game and all of a sudden throw history and everything out the window and go, hey, why not?
Yeah. And that's pretty much what Tony says here.
Is so stupid.
Yeah, it's just a game. It's not a fucking lecture, he
Yeah.
says. Everyone knows Nazis are scumbags, and playing as one in a video game will not suddenly make you think they are the good guys.
Yeah.
Precisely. So they further go on to say that playing as a video game Nazi will make you become so used to Nazi imagery that you will no longer recoil in horror at a swastika.
Okay, and again, swastikas and Nazi not memorabilia, but symbols and stuff
Yeah.
has been embedded in our history.
Yeah.
We've seen it so many times. I mean, look at it now. Okay, when you see a swastika, people recoil from it, and
Yeah.
and a video game's not going to change that.
Yeah. And to the point I made earlier, when you're playing as a German soldier on a PvP map, there is no swastika.
Yeah.
Like I said, the worst they show is the Iron Cross.
Jeez.
You're not seeing the swastika there the whole fucking time. So so even if that was true, there's no danger of it happening because the image isn't even there. But even
Yeah.
if it was there,
Yeah,
like you said,
Yeah.
we all know that that's a dick image.
Yeah,
That's a
it's-
shady fucking image.
I think there were studies done on it that when they show certain symbols,
Oh, yeah.
how people react to them, and swastikas people react very negative.
Always,
to.
yeah.
Almost always. A video game is not going to change that. It's not going to change
No,
that.
yeah, it's not going to
These
change your
people
perspective
are-
on a.
These, you know what these people are? These people are why they created the term snowflake.
Hmm.
They are, because give me a damn break. That is
Yeah.
the dumbest argument.
It goes on. Of
course it does.
That you will not take iron crosses or swastikas as warning to leave a website. Inevitably, you will then read and start to think hateful things. That was their thing, was that if you see the images in the video games, now that you've seen the swastika or the iron cross so many times in your PvP matches, when you accidentally or whatever go, first off, if you're on a website and there's a swastika, There's,
You didn't get
there's
there
no
by accident.
mistake.
You didn't get there by
You
accident.
didn't accidentally click a link.
Yeah.
You're there
no.
on purpose.
Yeah.
First off, let's just
And you already
fucking
had a
put that there.
tendency towards that anyway.
Yeah, so knock it off.
Yeah.
But devil's advocate, you accidentally click a link, it brings you to a website where there's swastikas and iron crosses. Their theory is you're going to see those and you're not going to be like, whoa, wrong website, bye. You're not going to do that. You're going to go, oh, swastikas. Oh, just like in that PvP match I was in. Oh, cool. Like as if like they think the people who are playing this are aliens from another fucking planet who don't understand what these images are.
I know what they do.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, a swastika. Oh, I remember seeing that in the human video game I played with my human friends. Oh, that must be a fun symbol. Oh, wow, they did some crazy things. Those people must have been bad. I'm on a Nazi side now. I'm an alien from another planet whose dick is in his own ass. Morons. I'll tell you, first off, this is he continues on. First off, only a special kind of oversensitive bitch would recoil from a fucking symbol. Secondly, which I don't agree with.
No.
I don't agree with that statement. But to the point of like, I don't agree with that statement 100%.
No,
But
because-
secondly, I have no fucking clue what kind of wild internet searches the EC crew is doing. But I have never in my 38 years of life accidentally ended up on a web page strewn with Nazi imagery. Exactly.
Never.
I have never.
And I actually have done research on World War II, on
Yeah.
the Holocaust.
So you technically had to search for it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it was
didn't
still hard to find.
And I didn't get to those websites. And to be very honest, a lot of those websites are on the dark web.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're there for a reason.
Yeah.
Because they're more of what's the word? Like to bring people in.
Yeah, they're trying to mainstream it. But
Yeah.
I don't agree with his, you have to be a special.
Yeah. Only a special kind of oversensitive bitch would be recoil from a fucking symbol. I mean, symbols. There's so many things that tap into our emotional psyche.
Even
Symbols, musics. Symbols, sounds, smells, tastes.
Well, just like when you see a picture of the Twin Towers.
Oh yeah,
Anybody.
I get teary-eyed.
Yeah,
I still do.
I get emotional.
Because I
feel
remember the
emotional.
video and I
Yeah.
remember what had happened, the news stories. And
I
all those
remember
things.
watching it.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah, exactly. I
And-
remember
and-
seeing
and-
the live video of it.
Yeah, so
of
that
course,
symbol.
yeah. So somebody like me, am I going to recoil at the sense of like No.
Well, no,
but
you're not
I'd be
gonna
like,
act like a vampire in the sunlight.
yeah,
or anything.
like it's a cross, and I'm like, no. Whoa.
But you're gonna go.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
If I accidentally get, like I said, if I accidentally click a link to a website and there's a fucking swastika, I'd be like, whoa, shit, wrong website.
Yeah.
Back
I
out
don't want to be
before
here.
the FBI fucking sees this, and then I gotta knock on the door and, do you know
but
what website
like that
you're
guy
on?
said, what are they searching?
Yeah, there's, like he said, in his 38 years, in my 32 years, and in your, I imagine, 30 years of living, Heidi.
Bless your heart.
Wait a minute, I know what that means.
Oh, no, I meant it the good way.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good. I have never accidentally clicked on a link and brought me to a Nazi propaganda website.
No.
Never in my life.
And like I said, I've researched World War II
Right.
and the Holocaust, and I've never.
It's a pretty hard one to find. Unless,
Yeah.
the history one has like old images of the
Yeah.
banners and shit like that. But
Yeah.
otherwise it's not. But those are images as a teaching method. It's not like a banner on top with fucking two swastikas and like, welcome to our page. It's not one of those fucking things. It's like, man, this is
Come
not the
join
one.
us.
Yeah, come
Drink our
join us. Yeah.
Kool-Aid.
So lastly, if you did visit a Nazi website and found yourself agreeing with the stupidity they are espousing let me read that again. Lastly, if you did visit a Nazi website and found yourself agreeing with the stupidity that are espousing, it is either because you are pants on the head retarded or society pushed you into that mindset.
That's excuse me. That's what I said. If you go to a Nazi website, you already have the tendency towards that kind of thing.
You went there on purpose for a reason.
Yeah, you're already.
Yeah.
A video game didn't set the tone for you. You already have hate in your heart, and you're already heading that way.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with a video game.
So he goes on, makes a couple of points I don't really agree with, but he goes, yes, you read that right. Society as a whole pushes people towards the extremes by telling those of us convicted of wrong think that we are not allowed to speak. Society pushes people who teabag you in Call of Duty into the same space as skinheads, then tries to blame you for being friends with the only people willing to talk to you. And make no mistake, when you call everyone who causes you some little offense a Nazi, they will end up being embraced by actual Nazis. Video games are not going to radicalize people or turn them into Nazis. People like the Extra Credits crew are going to do it by calling those who disagree with them bigots, like they did with this tweet from their community manager.
Oh, wow.
Yes. It's not opposing Nazism. This is literally nothing brave being done here. We just want to play video games in peace. Holy fucking shit, you guys are insufferable. The Zolaire Zygmorphous mistake is the Twitter handle.
The handle.
Yeah. Oh, we try our best just to lose all the bigoted subscribers who somehow didn't drop off at any number of the earlier games are political episodes. Laughing, crying face, laughing,
Snowflake.
crying face, laughing, crying face. So because I think your statement is stupid, I'm a bigot?
Yeah.
No,
exactly.
You're a fucking idiot who doesn't understand video games.
Besides, true video gamers want to play in every mode to experience the game fully.
Yeah.
Just like we were talking about how Lou always he will play a lot on Fallout as a girl.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean he's going to go get a sex change.
Yeah.
He just decided, hey, I like girl. I want to be a girl now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the same mentality. It's like he plays it for a purpose.
Yeah, he mostly, from what he's told me, he mostly plays the female playthrough because there's a specific skill that is used by both sexes. But because there's more male NPCs in the game, you being a female and using the attractiveness thing where you can kind of use your
charisma.
It's in the charisma tree, but it's a specific thing in the charisma tree. And you're pretty much using your sexual wiles to convince somebody of doing something. You can do that as a male character, but if there's only 5 female NPCs in the world, it's a wasted perk.
Yeah.
But if you're a female and you're doing that against all the 95% of male NPCs in the world, it's going to better your odds of getting. So yes, he uses it not as an exploit, but he's like, all right, there's a benefit to playing as this specific person in this game.
Right.
And I'm sure if you were playing as a German soldier in a campaign and there was a benefit to doing it, Lou, anybody would choose that option as a second, third, or fourth, maybe even their first playthrough.
Yeah, because again, you want to experience the game fully.
That's why there are completionists out there who just play every inch of a video game.
Yeah, to get the whole
experience. Yeah.
But again, the whole idea that if you don't agree with them, you're basically a Nazi.
Right.
Is not an argument. That's not,
absolutely. Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm so tired of people and their arguments that if you don't agree with them, then you're just like the worst person ever. And who do you pick as the worst person ever? A Nazi.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's a Nazi.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry. You guys are oversensitive and you're overanalyzing, and I'm fairly certain that every person that goes in there and plays as a German soldier that doesn't already have a tendency towards that ignorant thinking is going to play and then go out and see if they can go back in and play the other side, just see what it's like.
Yeah.
And then at the end, they're going to turn it off, and then they're just going to live their life as they normally do.
Yeah.
They're not going to accidentally go to a Nazi website and go, oh, this is mysterious. I don't know how I ended up here, but this feels like home. Let me check it out. Yeah. That is so ridiculous. I don't even understand.
Yeah. So
extra credit.
Extra credits.
Extra credits. Yeah. Whatever.
But yeah. So yeah, he pretty much just goes on to reiterate his argument. But there is no the whole argument behind that is just so stupid and asinine. And it was just the entire 5 minute 30 some odd second video was literally reaching at straws the entire time.
So
and it wasn't only Nazis he was talking, because he was also talking about terrorists. He's like, in modern day video games, you log in and now you're on the side of the terrorists, and that side is actually titled the terrorists. It's like, yeah, because now you're playing as the terrorist, and your job is to blow shit up like terrorists.
And again, because we live in the era we do with 9/11,
yeah,
being in our more recent history,
yeah, it's poignant.
Nobody is going to become a terrorist that already wasn't radicalized to become a terrorist.
Yeah, and that's the, you seeing those images of terrorism and whatnot, and then again accidentally making your way to one of those websites and going, yeah, you know what?
And those are definitely on the dark web. You can't.
Yeah, like
those.
I think I'm going to be on Al Qaeda side today. Like, no one's accidentally doing that.
No, that doesn't just oops.
You don't stumble upon a terrorist website and go, yeah, you know what? This sounds good. Nope.
No.
Never fucking happening.
Nope.
You're there on purpose because you want it to be.
Yep.
So on to our third story. The real villains.
The real villains.
EA. Electronic Arts.
Oh, man.
Yeah, well, they haven't done anything. Well, lately. The past couple weeks. I can't speak for the future. But they haven't done anything lately. Yeah. But they're just being such babies. This is kind of a fun story.
This just makes me think people are so out of touch.
Absolutely. So it needs to be an EA executive struggling with the fact that a lot of the world hates their entire organization. No matter what they do, EA executive vice president of strategic growth, Matt Bilby laments this regrettable situation.
He's lamenting.
He's lamenting this regrettable situation. In a talk with GamesIndustry.biz, he is quoted as saying the following: 25 years at EA, and I still struggle with the external perception that we're just a bunch of bad guys. We love making and playing games. Unfortunately, when we make mistakes on games, the world knows about it because it's of a size and scale. Okay, let me break something. Let's unpack that a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's been working in the industry for 25 years at EA specifically.
Yep.
So he's been working in nefarity for 25
years.
Maybe not 25 years. Let's say 10 years.
Okay.
And he's still struggling with the perception, reality, I would say, that people think that they're the bad guys because, well, unfortunately, we make mistakes in video games. I'm sorry. Trying to gouge every penny out of your fan base is not a mistake.
Yeah.
That's a legitimate attack.
That's a deliberate marketing campaign.
You did that shit on purpose.
Yeah.
The fact that back to the last Star Wars game, Battlefront 2.
Oh.
Because that wound is still fucking fresh. When they first made that game and they had stupid prices for character unlockings.
And that was play to win.
And
right?
that one in the beginning was play to win.
Yeah.
But there were certain, like, to unlock Darth Vader was like 60,000 credits. And somebody did the math, and they were like, after every mission, you get 100 to 200 credits, depending on how well you do.
Are you serious?
Absolutely.
It would take you forever.
And that's just
grind.
one character. And that's a grind that they put in there on purpose. Because,
wow.
You know what else? You know how else you can get those credits?
How else can you do that, Tim?
Real world money.
No.
Yeah. So if you don't want to grind, if you're one of those lazy gamers who doesn't want to grind, you can open up your wallet, put in your credit card number, charge that shit. You know what? Treat yourself. Get those credits. Unlock Darth Vader. When that first bit happened, their legitimate argument was, well, that's not a switch we can just flip. It's
lie.
That's how the game was kind of built around it. And then the best part was during the backlash and the aftermath. What did they do? They flipped the fucking switch. And all the prices went down.
No.
What a surprise.
That is shocking.
That's almost like saying it was deliberate.
And nefarious, I believe.
You owe me $5.
Damn it.
No, I agree. It's a stench of nefarity.
Yeah.
And
it's-
EA, sorry to say, Matt Bilby, but you work for a very nefarious company that has very nefarious strategies when they sell their games.
Yeah, let's not even start with FIFA.
FIFA. Card packs that
Yeah.
you have to buy with real money.
Yeah.
That for what? For your online team? Who gives a shit? They make billions
Yep.
off of these quote unquote surprise mechanics.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's a fucking wonder to you,
Yeah.
Matt Bilby.
Bilby.
Why did you struggle? You're lamenting with the thought that people think you guys are a bunch of fucking assholes. Wake up, dude. Wake up. Grow up.
Grow up.
That's the one I wanted. Grow up.
Yeah, grow up.
Read a book.
Read a book. And they continue to do really
and they continue
shady
to
stuff.
do really shady things.
Yeah.
Like
They don't learn,
No, they don't.
and they clearly don't care about their customer base at all.
They absolutely not. And it's
They're
just,
like vampires. They're just trying to suck all the money out of
yeah,
them.
he's the, you know what he is? He's the vampire that goes on the news and he's like, we don't want to eat humans. We want to live side by side with them.
You just went southern like
I
you
really
were on
did.
True Blood.
I think that's because that's what I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
Because I think that actually happened in True Blood. I think that was literally a scene I plucked from my memory of True Blood.
Yeah.
They're on the news. They're like, we don't want to eat humans. We want to live side by side
Side by side.
as people of Earth. Or some shit. I don't fucking know. And then I think after that interview, he killed like 3 people.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sure after this interview, Matt Bilby went back to the office and was like, "All right, how much money can we get out of this this next loot box?" I'm sorry, I mean surprise mechanic. Am I right, guys? Smack, high five, fist bump, dick bump. Boop, boop. Fucking jackasses. So anyway, the full interview with Bilby touches upon several topics, and it really is worth reading if you're stuffed with food after your 4th of July festivities. However, a major focus on the article is EA Originals, a publishing label that essentially just helps small indie developers create games with no strings attached. GamesIndustry.biz writer Christopher Dring explains it. Originals sees EA publish and promote new games from indie studios and give every penny of profit back to the developer. EA only takes enough money to cover its costs. I wonder how much that is.
Yeah, I know.
It's a deal so good that it's too good to be true. That Johnny Hopper of developer Glowmade exclaimed on stage at EA Play in Los Angeles that he couldn't believe the contract he had been sent. To these creators, now, hold on. He couldn't believe it because it was so bad, or he couldn't believe it because it was so good? You really need to explain that.
Yeah.
You can't just be
Yeah.
like, he said, I couldn't believe it. Why?
That's an open door.
That's an open door. You can't
Yeah.
open that door and be like, it was positive. I can't believe Matt Bilby thinks he doesn't work for a villainous company.
I know.
But he does.
No.
But anyways, to these creators, EA isn't some supervillain. Quite the opposite. Well, of course not. You're not going to think that the person giving you a bowl of food is an asshole. But when you turn around and he starts shanking people, chopping them up, and putting them into a meat pie, and you're eating that meat pie, maybe you should
might
fucking
feel a little yucky.
Yeah, you might feel a little yucky.
Yeah.
And I love that they're like, Johnny Hopper of developer Glowmade explained on stage at the EA Play in Los Angeles. Oh, you mean on stage at the specific convention run and owned by Electronic Arts, the company that pays his money or helps develop his indie game? He praised them? What a surprise!
I know. That's shocking.
You mean he didn't go to the company's press conference that pays his bills and call them assholes and charlatans and nefarious? Why? I just can't believe it. I just can't believe it. I can't believe he wouldn't do that. Give me a fucking break.
Yeah.
Like, this is grow up. This is a grow up situation.
Yeah.
Because you're really gonna tell me, you're gonna sit there and you're gonna look
tell
at my,
me.
you're gonna tell me
To my face.
to my face, to these eyes,
To his eyes.
that my mother's lasagna isn't good. No,
You're gonna be sleeping with the fishes.
gonna tell me that cannoli isn't the best cannoli you've ever had. That's my grandmother's recipe, all the way from Sicily. She brought it back from. You got.
I can't do a New England-y accent or like a New York accent like you can.
Yeah,
Mine sound like I'm an idiot.
Yeah, but you're gonna like. That's not proof that EA is good. Like, all right, they help indie developers publish their games. That is good.
Yeah,
that is
is
a good thing that they're doing. But it doesn't change the fact that they're screwing everybody else.
Yeah, because going back to Nazis, because I'm bringing it around. So there are things that Hitler, German people, that were amazing contributions to German architecture and different things.
Yeah.
But he killed millions of people.
Yeah.
So it doesn't.
I imagine Hitler going home to his wife. I forget her name, and just like coming in, just slouching on the chair, and her going, "What's wrong, Adolf? The people don't like me. I don't get it. You don't know the world hates you? No, I don't understand." Is it the people in cages? No, it can't be that. It's got to be something else. All right, Adolf.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's. I mean, not to call this guy a Nazi.
No. But it's the same thinking.
Pretty
It's like
fucking similar.
You can't.
Yeah.
Do something good after doing something so bad, and
Yeah.
then think nobody look at the
Oh
bad
no! Nobody
stuff.
talk about the bad things. Nobody pay attention to the
Look at
man
this
behind the
little-
curtain.
Look at this little good thing I'm doing.
Yeah. Look at this tiny dog dance. Isn't it awesome? There's a fire behind you. Yeah, look at the dog. You started that fire. The dog is dancing. Isn't it adorable? And it's just so funny. But it's so funny to see pretty much everybody going, stop being a baby.
Yeah, good.
Wake up,
Good.
open your eyes, look at the company that you've been working for 25 years.
Yeah.
And maybe instead of lamenting, realize.
And maybe make some changes.
Yeah.
If you're inside the company and you're not happy with the way they're seen,
Exactly.
then
yeah.
go to your leadership and say, look, we have a PR crisis. We need to do some work, and here's my ideas.
Yeah.
Don't be a baby and go, well, I don't understand why people don't like us.
Yeah.
I'm sad.
Yeah.
Do something to change it.
If you're this upset about it, do something about it.
Yeah, do something about it. Don't be whatever he's being.
Stop being a baby.
Yeah,
He's being a baby is what he's being. I'm so sad. People don't like me.
I'm lamenting.
I'm lamenting. It's a good word. Did you use a thesaurus to find that one? Thesaurus? Jesus. I'm one to talk. Anyway, next story.
Next story.
So, Disney.
No, this isn't the Asshat.
No.
Oh,
But Disney also
so
announced
Disney.
something.
Yep. This is the one where I'm going to get my vengeance.
Okay. I don't know against whom. But,
I don't know.
It's everybody. But anyway,
Everybody.
so Disney announced their casting choice for Ariel in the upcoming live-action Little Mermaid movie.
Yep.
And it was a surprisingly controversial decision.
No shit.
Oh, so surprising.
Somebody's
Yeah.
going to bitch about it.
She's 19 years old.
And she's an actual singer.
Yeah, this 19-year-old actress and singer seemed highly qualified to play the childhood favorite. I would say so. I would
Yeah.
say that she is very qualified
Very qualified.
to play a character whose main plot hook is that she can fucking sing.
Yeah.
And then she loses her voice and she has to learn how to be a person without her voice.
Yeah.
Like maybe having somebody who can actually carry a tune will maybe draw you in more emotionally to the character.
Right, yeah.
Instead of, I don't want to hear any tone deaf person, like, it's what the things. I hope she does lose her voice soon. This is terrible. But apart from one thing, so she was perfectly qualified
Yep.
apart from one thing. One very, important thing.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not talking about the fact that she's not a redhead.
God.
So many are holding... She's black. I'm just going to say that. She's African-American. Instead of beating around the bush there. So many are holding a prejudiced view about Ariel's appearance. More specifically, about her race. Bailey is an African-American actress, which many don't see as the quote-unquote correct choice to play this fictional character.
Yep.
Let's put that again. Fictional character. Well, now some have taken to social media to try to prove their point about Ariel's Caucasian origins. And the best part, they're failing to make any valid points on the topic. And some quote-unquote mermaid experts are even fighting back.
Mermaid expert.
Yeah, mermaid experts.
We got mermaid experts in the house.
We got mermaid experts. It was announced that the casting decision from Ariel is the much-anticipated upcoming live-action remake had been made. 19-year-old actress-singer Holly Bailey.
Berry. Oh, no.
Bailey.
Sorry.
I know, because everybody's getting confused. They're like, Holly Berry's playing Ariel?
Haley. I think it's Haley.
That's what I said, Haley.
Oh, I thought you said Holly. Okay.
Haley Bailey. I like that her name is very sing-songy.
And she's beautiful.
She's a very pretty girl. Yeah.
Mermaid, definitely.
So in many ways, she was the ideal candidate for the role, but some had major issues. The titular Little Mermaid Ariel was highly recognized for her long, almost neon red hair. This is not a feature shared by Bailey because she's not white.
And even so, they could put a red wig on her. There's no.
I don't feel like it. But I don't feel like it's necessary.
I don't think it's necessary either. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessary.
But anyway, so here was. I have a handful of tweets here from people's arguments, and it's just all gold. So here's one from, and I'm going to name all these people because they deserve it. Rhiannon Cups said, "May I just say that I have a huge problem with this? Disney finally comes out with a movie that has a redhead as the main character, and gingers across the world rejoiced and said no, pretty much." And cried. So
okay.
So
again, y'all had
Disney,
the Weasleys.
I'm sorry.
They all had the Weasleys. So
yeah. You have the Weasleys, and secondly, you have the original Little Mermaid. You have Ariel. So you can't say Disney finally comes out with a movie character. You have fucking Ariel. You have oh man, what the hell's her name from Brave? The Scottish character who had huge Merida, who had huge, beautiful red curly hair.
Yeah.
And she was a badass. Yeah. Like, you're upset that you don't have another one? And well, it's not firstly, like, I feel like fifthly, nobody gives a shit about gingers. You're not a race. You're not a minority of the world.
Yeah.
Yes, we all joke around about the fact that you don't have any souls. But who cares? Get over it. You have souls. But some have taken things a step further. Mermaids, here's where the faux science comes in, which I love. This is my favorite part. Zach at Slick Sliding tweeted, "Mermaids live in ocean. Underwater equals limited sunlight. Limited sunlight equals less melanin. Less melanin equals lighter skin color because they live underwater, which has no access to light beyond a certain depth. Ariel and every other mermaid in existence would be albino."
Wrong, because they come to the surface.
Yeah, although this tweet quickly faced back.
I mean, technically they're not real, but...
Yeah, they're not real things, firstly. But secondly, that tweet did get some backlash almost immediately.
Oh, good.
By people posting 3 images of an octopus, a very brightly colored orange fish, and a fucking whale.
Yeah.
Which are not light colored.
No.
And it said, "LOL, I bet you felt super smart when you typed all this out. Too bad anyway." And they put those pictures up, and it was Brooke Binkowski just fucking dropped a mic on their head.
Walked out.
They were like, "Yeah, you're an idiot."
But even in mythical history, mermaids came to the surface.
Right. And we will touch on the history of mermaids as well.
Okay.
From an actual one of the actual mermaid experts.
Okay.
Which, I mean, is historically and all that shit.
Okay.
So, and here's another tweet from Nippa. Shadowbringers tweeted, someone really tried to use the whole, there are no brown mermaids in The Little Mermaid. All right, let me give you a Disney history lesson. This is Gabriella. She is also mute and uses American Sign Language to communicate. Try again with that nonsense, LOL. She's a fucking African-American mermaid from the TV show, from the Little Mermaid TV show in the 90s. So there's already canon in the Disney universe that there are African-American mermaids.
Here's what I don't understand. Every single time that there is a character change that is a minority, change from a white character, people lose their fucking minds. But they would have no problem, none at all, if it was changed from an African-American or a minority character to a white person.
Yeah.
Because they've done that so many damn times. Now,
that is true.
They have had some issues like with the girl in a pearl or the ghost in a pearl or...
I don't know what you're saying.
The one that Johansson was in.
Oh, Ghost in the Shell?
Yeah, Ghost in the Shell.
Girl in the Pearl? The Pearl Girl? I don't know. Something with pearls. Not even remotely close.
Pearls
Not even remotely close.
I don't know. I never saw
Pearls
it.
have shells? No, they don't, Heidi. No, they don't. Yeah, but here's the problem. Here's the argument to that one. The creator of the anime applauded the casting. He said that she was, because the anime, even though the anime was based off of what was created by a Japanese artist and company, it doesn't mean the characters in the anime are Japanese. There's a specific anime called Full Metal Alchemist where the brothers are German.
Oh, wow.
But they speak Japanese because it's a Japanese anime.
Right.
So and here's the problem with that, because they did a live action movie on Netflix and the actors are all Japanese. Isn't that a problem?
No, apparently not.
Isn't that a problem? Because if I'm a person of, if you're going to make a live action representation of something, I want it to be as close to the source material as possible.
Right.
So if you're going to make a live action movie about this specific anime, and especially if it's important to the story, i.e. these characters are German, they shouldn't be Japanese. They should be played by at least white people.
Right, but
You know what I
with
mean?
that same thinking, then you would be supporting them having a problem with her.
Not really, because it's not important. I do in certain instances because it's not important to the storyline.
Yeah.
What her race is, she's a fucking mermaid.
Yeah.
So her race, her skin tone, doesn't matter to the storyline.
No, it doesn't.
The Elric brothers, the German brothers, that matters because they're fucking German. Because their heritage is German. So that matters.
Right.
This doesn't matter.
No.
You know what I mean? And here's something that I never even thought of until now. This person tweeted out, Caitlin Moran. M-O-R-A-N. Moran. This is a good tweet, I promise. She goes, fact box, The Little Mermaid lives on a tropical coral reef with a calypso singing lobster with a strong Jamaican accent. When you think about it, it's bizarre she was white in the first place. Absolutely. I never even thought of it.
That's for real.
I never even thought of it.
That is so true.
Under the sea, that's Jamaican.
That's so true. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I didn't think of it either until just now. And I was like, well, not just now. When I read that tweet, I was like, oh my God, they're right.
That is true.
That is 100% right.
I never thought of that.
Yeah, neither did I. And it's like, oh my God, that's right. Yeah. So now people on Twitter are attempting to use science to prove that a mermaid could never be darker skinned, which that person had said. Yep, you just read those two words in the same sentence, science and mermaids. Yeah, exactly. Another wrote, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it physically impossible for Ariel to be black? She lives underwater. How would the sun get to her in the first place to produce melanin? Nobody thought this through. Many pointed out the fact that the vast majority of creatures who live under the sea tend to be of a darker hue.
Yeah.
Science. So that's real science.
That's real
That's
science.
not picking and choosing scientific facts.
But again, why does it matter?
Yeah.
Why does it matter what color she is?
It
I don't
doesn't
understand
matter
that.
in the sense of the story. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't, but it
What
should.
matters more is the fact that she can sing. That's
Absolutely.
the number one quality
Yep.
that the actress should have if playing this specific role.
Yep.
Is her singing ability.
Exactly.
That is the number one quality we should all be looking at. That is it. Bottom of the line. That is it.
But my point is, I am exhausted with because all of these debates about what color the mermaid, a fictional character, should be.
Yeah.
Are based in and these people can say, "Oh, I'm not a racist,"
Yeah.
but you are.
But
you're being
using
racist.
you're using fake science.
Yes.
And you know it's fake fucking science.
Yeah, because have you seen a mermaid? No.
Yeah, to prove your bullshit point.
Exactly.
Knock it off.
Yeah.
You're looking at it in either nostalgia eyeballs.
Yep.
Or, like, oh, no, but it's Ariel. She has to be white with red hair. It's like...
No, she doesn't.
She doesn't.
No.
And if you want that version, you could... that movie still fucking exists.
Yeah, it didn't disappear.
You can go back and watch it.
Yeah.
Stop acting like this new movie is going to erase that from existence.
Yeah, it's the whole. You know what it is? You're gonna start hearing, "Oh, it's ruining my childhood."
This movie ruined my childhood.
No, anybody who enjoys these live actions coming about
Yeah.
are not. They again, can you act? Can you sing?
Right. Those are the important...
And if
Thanks.
the story flows the same way, and you have the great music, and you feel happy to watch it, that's all that you need from it.
Yeah.
Why does it matter what color it is?
Yeah, it
First
absolutely
of all,
should
she's
matter.
beautiful. I can see her as a mermaid. She's got beautiful eyes, and you can
Right?
I can totally picture her
Yeah.
as a mermaid. It's not like they pick somebody that you go, well, they don't even look like somebody who.
Yeah.
I mean, she's seriously. I could see her being a mermaid. So, and if she could sing.
Yeah, even better.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that. And you know what really bothers me is all of these people are going to be so negative towards the live action.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to, I'm not going to see that. I'm not going to go watch that. That's ruining my childhood because
Good.
of Snowflake.
Don't go watch it.
And then it's like, okay, but this young woman and all the people that participating in the
Yeah.
live action are going to give their heart and soul to this, probably because they love the story and they love the history, the movie that Disney did before, the
Animated version, yeah.
and they're going to give all of their heart to it, and you're going to crap on it because it doesn't fit into your box.
Your nostalgia box.
Yeah.
Knock it off.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So one scientist, an actual fucking scientist, Sasha Coward, it's a terrible bad name.
Yeah,
Terrible last
sorry.
name. I know, I'm sorry. Has selflessly, not cowardly at all, has selflessly dedicated his time to debunking this myth. Applying science to this is what he says. Applying science to mermaids is a rather silly thing to do.
Yeah.
They are symbols, not biological creatures. Also, the science I have seen being used is really bad science. Cherry picking elements of the natural world to argue why Ariel should be pale and redheaded makes no sense.
No.
And he goes on to tweet several points. In Japan, ningyo are mermaids with beautiful voices who can be both beautiful or ugly, depending on the story. Also, their flesh is supposedly delicious. The last, and he has images. It's a collection of erotic shunga prints. Is Japan?
They're naughty.
You can't get away from.
No, they're
anything
naughty
in
over
Japan.
there.
Today, I want to talk to you about mermaids that are not white. I want to share some awesome stories of merfolk from around the world and explain why this is important. So grab your flippers and let's go. Let's start with Africa. Mamiwata are water elementals, mainly, but not exclusively, female. They are powerful, proud, and in some traditions in the American diaspora, still defied. They are depicted today as mermaids or as half-serpent. Okay. West Africa, again, Africa, also has a pantheon of deities known as Orisha. The deity Yamaya is known as the mother of the ocean. She is often depicted as a mermaid, and her shrines can be decorated with figurines of mermaids. Oshun is also part of the Yoruba pantheon of Orisha deities. She is a god of rivers and fresh water. Sometimes she's also depicted as half fish. Her image heavily influenced some of Beyonce's looks in Lemonade.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's interesting.
it is really cool. These are a few from my limited time mermaid hunting. Western images supplanting, changing, and masking pre-existing myths mean that today mermaids are predominantly white. This has no basis in reality. Mermaids have been invented and reinvented again and again across the world.
Yep.
So originally, the original mermaids were black. Uh-oh.
But I think a lot of it is that these people want to see a mermaid that represents themselves,
Yeah.
and they're going back to the nostalgia of the animated movie that was done. I have a beautiful framed a picture painting in my bedroom of a mermaid, and she's white, but she's white because that is what I look like.
Yeah.
But I think that there's so much room in these stories for what the world looks like, and not just what one
Right. Yeah.
race looks like.
But that's what I mean,
Not
like
race, but one color looks like.
Like, I mean, if you're a white person and you're upset that this doesn't represent you, there's already a movie that represents you.
Yeah.
It's called the original animated Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
If you want to be represented, go watch that movie.
Yeah.
It's now time for someone else to feel represented.
Yeah, and
Stop being selfish.
and how about leave the pseudoscience out of it.
Yeah.
Like, you look like an idiot.
Stop trying to sound like you're using science to prove a point. When in reality, you just sound like an idiot.
Yeah.
And when a real scientist has to come in and be like, stop using science to describe mermaids,
Because they're not a real
because
thing.
they're not a real biological thing. He's pretty much saying, hey, everybody using science to describe this, you all sound like morons.
Yeah.
Like, guys, what the fuck are you doing? But
I am severely disappointed. But you know what? I was looking up the cast, and there's two different postings of who's going to be the prince. And one looks like he could be Chinese or... Well, I'm not sure if he's Chinese or Japanese. And then another one is potentially... oh, gosh, what's his name? This guy. He played Black Panther.
I like him.
I would love to see... Because he is...
He's a handsome man.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he played Creed and Adonis Creed in Creed, and he played Killmonger in Black Panther. I forget his name.
And
Kinda
I want
bummed
to
about
see
it.
this.
Yes, that's the thing. Terry Crews tweeted out Ariel's dad.
Yep.
Or King Triton or whatever.
King Triton. Yeah.
And oh god, Disney, yes, please.
I want to see
I want
Crews
Terry
and-
Crews as a merman.
Look at him.
So bad. I know that was an animated one, and he tweeted that picture. The picture of him as a merman.
Yeah.
I want that so bad.
I know.
I want that so bad. I think
He
it would
could
be
pull that
so
off.
funny. I think it would be so great. And
know.
oh man, I would love Terry Crews
I love
as
him.
that. And I love the fact that he wants it.
I know.
He's like, "Can I do it?"
I want to do that.
Black Ariel, I want to be Triton. I call Triton.
But he's even got like the upper body muscle. Like, what
Oh,
you
yeah,
would
he's
think that,
massive,
that
yeah.
King Triton original. I think he was really muscular.
He was, yes. King Triton was very muscular. He had a big
I
white
could
beard.
totally
and
see
whatnot.
that. That
I
would
would
be
love that, yeah.
fantastic.
I think that would be phenomenal.
I know.
I would
right?
love that so much. That would easily be my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah,
Is him.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think people just need to calm down. Like, stop.
Yeah, knock it off.
Yeah, there are so many things in the world that you should really focus that kind of frustration with, and
Absolutely.
a fictional character
Yeah.
and the skin tone of a fictional character is not the thing.
Pick a better hill to die on.
Yeah, please. Please show that our species is not dying off from stupidity.
Yeah.
Please.
So, on to our
The heel end of our ass,
our really assy story.
our what did you call it? An ass sandwich?
I called it an ass sandwich. Yeah.
A shit sandwich?
It was technically it's a shit sandwich, but then the ass cheeks are the bread.
Oh God,
If you really think about it.
this is really disturbing imagery.
Well, okay.
All right, so we're gonna talk about the ass hat of the week.
Yes. So here comes the Asshat of the week. Okay.
Who's the asshat of the week?
It's unfortunately it's Disney.
Oh,
yeah, it's very weird, and here's why. And my heart is already pounding at how angry this makes me.
Really?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Disney has denied a father who is grieving for his 4-year-old son permission to place a Spider-Man picture on the toddler's grave.
What?
Because the company wants to preserve the innocence and magic of its characters, according to reports. This makes me so fucking angry.
Oh,
the fact
breaks
that
my heart.
Disney, it kills me. It fucking kills me. The fact that Disney is like, no, you can't have Spider-Man on your son's gravestone. Fucking sue me.
Oh,
If you touch that fucking grave, I swear to Christ.
that's so...
I don't give a shit how much power Disney has. They have no control over this.
That is horrible.
They're not selling the image. They're putting an image on a gravestone of a 4-year-old child.
Oh,
Like, take the corporate suit and tie off for one fucking second and put your human being fucking suit on and think of it like a fucking person, as a compassionate human being would, and say, oh, yes, you don't even have to ask us. Just do it.
Okay, I'm dumbfounded. Like, this is so heartbreaking. I can't even wrap my head around how they could... Like, I want to cry. This is so sad.
It's
this is
terrible.
Really sad.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
It is horrible. So when the little boy, Ollie Jones, it kills me also from the name,
God.
from Maidstone, Kent in England, passed away in 2018 from a rare genetic disorder, his family gave him a Spider-Man-themed funeral in memory of his love for Marvel, complete with red and blue balloons, reported SWNS via the Metro. Ollie sadly passed away last December after a 2-year-long battle with leukodystrophy. His 6-year-old sister, Layla, also suffered with the same rare genetic disorder, which damages the brain, spinal cord, and the peripheral nerves. The young boy managed to meet his favorite Marvel superhero on a trip to Disneyland, according to SWNS. His father, Lloyd Jones, wanted to put an image of the Marvel superhero on his son's grave as a reminder of him, so he asked his local council for permission to do so. However, Jones was told by council officials to get in touch with the owners of the Marvel franchise themselves, the Walt Disney Company. Jones, a father of 6, was left surprised and disappointed after receiving an email, not even a fucking phone call, an email from Disney rejecting his request. He said,
Okay, go ahead.
He said, I really wasn't expecting this. It's another massive blow. I felt sure they would allow it, he told SWNS, saying that the company wanted to preserve the innocence and magic around its characters. The company instead sent the heartbroken family a personalized celluloid frame. The family were offered a handwritten message to Ollie, which accompanied an action frame with a still from a Spider-Man film.
That he can't even enjoy.
Yeah.
What does that do?
Who is that for?
That's not what they wanted. That's not what they need.
Yeah. Sorry you can't put a picture of Spider-Man on your son's tombstone, but here's a picture of Spider-Man in a frame you can put up. For fucking who? Who's going to enjoy this picture? My son? Like, really? This was your
consolation
answer to the situation. This was all right. Well, we're not going to let them do that, but yeah. Like you said, here's your consolation prize.
But their reasoning doesn't make sense to me.
No, yeah.
This is a child who had
the
wonderment.
innocence and magic.
And he was innocent. And the magic was Spider-Man.
He went to your overpriced fucking theme park, met his favorite character, and you still... No, you can't put it on a tombstone. You haven't drained this family of enough fucking money as it is.
But how is that? I don't understand how that's going to hurt Disney.
On a stone. It's not like they're selling the images. Like, I don't understand the thought. I really do not understand the thought process behind it.
This makes me so upset.
Ollie's dad said he felt the decision was about money. I cannot disagree with that whatsoever.
No, it was absolutely about money.
And is an attempt by Disney to dissociate their characters with death, reported the media outlet. Their characters with death, they just did 2 fucking movies where half the fucking Marvel universe was destroyed.
Yeah, and then the last one of the main characters died.
Yeah.
How do you get away from death? That's
the
ridiculous.
stupidest thing in the world.
Oh my god.
You had a fucking funeral at the end of your last Marvel movie.
That's true. Yep.
A funeral of a major Marvel character.
But this was a little baby.
Innocence and purity. I'm sorry, innocence and magic.
This family has suffered so much. They lost their son after he struggled. Their daughter is probably not ever going to have like a regular life. She's probably has a lot of issues. I mean, all they want is just to put Spider-Man on their son's grave. That's it.
That's all
they want.
Yeah.
And they can't give him that? That is
it's disgusting.
Unconscionable.
Deplorable.
I can't. It's just utterly. It makes me want to boycott.
I know, right? This really just fucking
my heart
saddens me.
I love
because,
Marvel.
Yeah. I love everything that... It sucks because I love everything that Disney owns. Star Wars, Marvel. Like, what the fuck? It's like they know they have a monopoly on our childhood and on the fandom that we love, so they're like, yeah, we can do whatever the fuck we want. And no one's gonna stop watching us.
I couldn't. I could not. If that came to me and they said I would fight that. I would have fought it and said, not as a parent, but if I worked for Disney, if I would have gotten that email, I would have fought it and said, do you realize how bad this is going to look? We cater to children.
Yeah, this is the worst PR. This is a PR fucking nightmare.
Oh, we got to blow them up all over Facebook.
This is the article I posted on Facebook and Twitter. I think the article I posted on Facebook, Twitter, and on our Instagram. So the father continued, that makes no sense to me. Characters die in their films all the time. I think this is all about money. Absolutely, yeah.
Look at literally every Disney film. They kill off the parents.
They kill the parents constantly.
What are they talking about?
If you're a parent in Disney, you gonna die in the first 5 minutes. You gonna die in the first 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. Sorry. They fucking killed Mufasa in front of their child. In front of his child.
I know. I can't.
The innocence and magic.
Yeah, don't go there.
You're literally remaking that movie again.
I know, right now.
To damage another generation of children.
Live action
wise, with the most realistic looking fucking animals. And it just makes me so mad. It makes me so fucking angry. Ollie's last holiday was at Disneyland. He loved Spider-Man, and we had bought him all the toys. Lloyd expressed his disappointment with the movie Giant in a Facebook post and said, kids only matter to Disney when they're alive and spending money with them. Abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yep.
The little boy's uncle, Jason, said the family won't be able to move forward until the etching of Spider-Man is on Ollie's gravestone, reported SWNS. This meant everything to us. My brother's life has been shattered. It has shattered the whole family. We can't move on until we have his headstone. Spider-Man was Ollie's entire life. He loved it so much, he told the news outlet. Since Disney's rejection, a family friend started an online petition in a bid to get the company to reconsider, which has received over 2,300 signatures at the time of publishing, which isn't really all that much. Which it needs.
We need to find that. We need to find that petition and really put it all over social media.
Everywhere. A spokesperson for the Walt Disney Company's permissions department sent a statement to SWNS. We extend our sincere condolences. If we played a small part in Ollie's happiness, we are honored.
That's not answering.
Again, that means nothing. That means, we were so happy that as when he was alive, we were able to make him happy. So generations of fans have responded to our characters with the same wonder and delight that Ollie did. In fact, many believe the characters to be real. We have striven to preserve the same innocence and magic around our characters that brought Ollie such joy. The statement continued. For that reason, we follow a policy that began with Walt Disney himself that does not permit the use of characters on headstones, cemetery, or other memorial markers or funeral urns. That's the end of that article.
things
That's
change.
a policy that needs to fucking be thrown out.
Yeah, because Walt Disney was in the 50s, right? The 40, 50.
Yeah,
50s.
something like that.
So time has moved on. Things change. People can make different decisions. They can make different policies. You don't have to. It's not in stone. This is just like at our work, where it's like we've always done it that way. It doesn't mean it's right.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it. Yeah, so we've been doing the wrong thing forever, and that's fine.
Yeah, let's not change it.
Let's not change it because as long as we've been doing the wrong thing forever, hey, that's our standard.
So to me, it's like, okay, if it's about money, then make those things so people can buy those things.
Yeah.
If you're so
Chill
fucking
like the
concerned-
company you are.
Yeah, if you're so fucking concerned about money, make urns. Like I can't
Yeah,
even wrap my
it's-
head around this. If I lost my child, my 4-year-old little baby,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and this happened, I would
lose my
lose
fucking
my mind.
Yeah, I would absolutely go to war with
This
Disney.
family is already in pain,
Yeah.
grieving.
I don't care how much money Disney has. I would go to war with fucking Disney.
You can't fix this kind of PR.
No,
This
and
is
not at
so-
all. This is
has to be-
damaging.
It has to be.
This
it
is
has to be.
absolutely damaging. I mean, I don't care what your beliefs are. I don't care what, like, oh, Disney's making a black Ariel. I don't care if, what your thought process is on Disney. When they refuse to put a character that they haven't owned forever. It's not Mickey Mouse. It's fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Stan Lee would fucking allow it.
Yeah.
And for Disney to not is a disservice to Stan Lee's legacy, because this is fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
The fact that they wouldn't do it. There were the innocence of these characters
And magic.
Marvel themselves made a fucking 9/11 issue where Spider-Man was flying around trying to help the firemen and the police. Innocence goes out the fucking window when you add a terrorist attack as one of your issues.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And just like the father had said, characters in their movies die all the time.
Yeah.
Every single movie, a character fucking dies.
That's why that excuse doesn't. No.
It's not a legitimate excuse, especially from the last company I would expect this from.
Oh,
The
yeah.
absolute last
That's
person.
why when you said it, I was in shock. I'm still in
Yeah.
shock because this is a company that caters to children.
Yeah. But,
I mean, they make their movies, the
But only-
Disneyland, but only when they're alive.
but only to children who are
But
alive.
this is, I mean, everything is for a child's mind.
Yeah.
And for them to do something like this is just, it's so, I can't even wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
And I feel so bad for the family.
Yeah, it sucks.
So bad for them.
We need to find that petition because
My heart, and my heart
that's
goes
not
out
enough
to their,
people. 2,000 people? That's not enough fucking people.
It has to be more by now.
It has to be more by now.
But we really need to find it. If we do, we'll put it on the Facebook page.
Yeah, we'll put it on the
because-
Facebook page. I'll put it on Twitter. Put it on the website. We'll put it fucking everywhere because
And we should keep tweeting it and
Absolutely,
keep
yeah,
posting
every
it
week.
until we get a lot of people to sign it. Because honestly, this is one of those petitions that the company needs to do the right thing. And just because you have a long-standing policy that started with the creator of the company, there are situations that should make a difference. I don't know. I can't even fathom this. This is, like the last company you would expect something like this to come from is just horrible.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, usually our asshats of the week make me laugh or just make me angry. This just makes me sad. This just makes me really sad.
Yeah.
Because not only because a little boy, but because a company that caters to children is doing something that's just wrong. It's just wrong, I don't care about policy. This is wrong.
But yeah.
So we're done.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like it's such a depressing.
I know it's such a shitty way to end it, but I'm sorry for the huge downer. I told you it was gonna be a shit sandwich. I fucking warned you in the beginning.
I didn't
You
realize.
sat through the entire shit sandwich, and now you're disappointed. You ate the whole thing, ma'am. You can't ask for a refund.
I was not aware of how the ending was such the worst part of the shit sandwich.
I know, and that was a hard secret to keep from you.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I got the ass out of the week, and it's Disney, and you're like, why? Don't tell me.
I know. I always say, "Don't tell me." I want to be because
Yeah.
I want a genuine reaction. I want to because I'm the audience. Whatever else, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's traumatizing. Anyways, we're rambling.
It's such a sad story.
Okay, so anyways, to find out more information about our podcast, you can go to our website where we have all kinds of information and our episodes that you can download or listen to at www.geek-lish. You can also go to our face page, which is Geek-lish, Twitter at Geek_lish, and you can find our episodes on Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Podcast, and Blueberry. I think that we're done.
I think we are. Okay, well, here's the petition is a little over 3,000.
It needs to be more than that.
It needs to be way more than that. And they're only asking for 5,000.
So
The
this is
fact
what
that
I'm
it
going to do.
hasn't
I'm going to ask our listeners to not only sign it, but
Share it.
repost it, share it,
Yeah.
and ask people to share it so we can get more people to sign it.
Yeah.
Because I would love it. I would love it to be, I don't know, 100,000.
It needs to be a lot more than
I would like to-
5,000.
I
They're
wanna
only
see
asking for
100,000.
5,000. It needs to be a lot more than that.
Yeah,
as well.
it really does. It
5,000
really
is just not enough.
No.
Disney's not going to budge for 5,000.
No. They're
It
not
needs to be
getting-
5 fucking million.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit.
Disney's not going to blink their eye at 5,000.
No. So.
But anyways, yeah.
But yeah,
We'll post it.
We'll post it on our Facebook, our Twitter, our Instagram. We'll put it on the website as well so you can see it.
Yep.
We'll even put a link to the change.org link in the description and the YouTube page as well.
Yep.
That way
We'll do
you
all
can
that.
everywhere you can listen to us.
You'll be able to
find it. So
I'm exhausted.
stay nerdy out there, I guess. I don't fucking know anymore. I don't know what life's worth. What am I doing here?
This is why I drink.
This is why I'm going to drink.
This is why I'm going to drink.
When I get home, I'm opening up a bottle of alcohol. All right, never mind. It's gonna be a therapy session of this.
I know.
All right,
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening.
stay
to the
nerdy
podcast.
out there. We love you. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.